This is the Oakland, New Jersey car show they have in the Copper Tree Plaza, shopping plaza. And it's a pretty good show. It's a small show, but it's a good show. I know a lot of shows are free. The people who want to enter and get some sort of prize, they're the ones who pay for it. And there's a lot of classic cars there. It's pretty cool. Although they have modern and foreign cars and trucks and specialty vehicles also. And it runs, from about 9:30 to 2:30 on some nice weekend. And people go there, mill around. Like they have fire trucks there. That's pretty cool. See Oakland, New Jersey. And people just mill around and watch everything. Now here we're in Morristown. They had a fair. And I thought it would be a fair with like rides and things to eat and stuff like that. But it's mostly like business booths, like windows. People want to sell you windows or solar power or leaf guards and stuff like that. There's still a lot of people there roaming around, and all the streets were closed off, which was interesting. The most interesting thing is the church down the street, not this church, but another church is having a rummage sale. I said, oh, we should have went there first. So the next time I'm going to go right to that church and go to the rummage sale. So I had all these booths set up, and they're all commercial, like businesses who are trying to drum up business. So there's a very few food vendors there, and there was no interesting rides or games of skill or chance or anything. Like these people are waiting for one of the very few food vendors. And it looks like someone had a fire hydrant open down there and they were spraying. It was a rather warm, it wasn't hot, but it was a warm, nice summer day. Look at the crowds there. It's good, everything's there. If you're looking for someone to fix your gutters or pave your driveway. Now we're in Hackensack. We jumped to Hackensack. So they chopped the mannequins' heads off and put them in the front, and they left the headless bodies there. And there's this one place sells wigs. It's been there for as long as I can remember. And the wigs have been there as long as I can remember. So this is a Wayne Care 1 car show. And that was the first time they had it, and there's no place to park. I had to park in the back, and I thought I was going to get stuck. I wouldn't be able to get out. So I never went back because they don't have proper parking. This is the Hawthorne Car Show, which has plenty of parking on the streets around. It's in the train station. This guy, he brings his Jeep there every year, and people walk up and down, look at all the cars. What you want to see those people? You go to a car show, without a doubt. And where those people end up? They end up in a cemetery, right? That's part of life, is death, and those people end up in cemeteries. And this is a nice cemetery in Hackensack, I believe. And it has a lot of statues there. And they had some fancy headstones, like with that cross. That's an interesting headstone, I think. But remember, all those people, they all end up here. Or some people get cremated. I want to feed the bears, put me in a linen sack and dump me in the woods. That's the best, I think. Or, one of those forensic cemeteries where they just leave your body there and it rots away, and they get to come back every day and look and see how decomposed you are. So this way, if someone dumps a body in the woods, if they murder them, they know how long the body's been there. This is like one of those mirrors for like a driveway. So I took a picture of me and my girlfriend there. Now this is Warwick, New York, and they had their Apple Fest. And they have these ladies who are all playing the violin. And these are all people standing around watching the music venues. And they had like outdoor dining, and everyone was ordering drinks and fries and hanging out and listening to music. And it was pretty cool. This is another violinist. She had a pensive look, so I thought I would take her picture. And this is her. Now the lady on the right, the shorter lady, she's sort of a famous, locally famous, regionally famous person. And she gives violin lessons. And at this particular Apple Fest, all her students came out and they all jammed together, which is pretty cool. And it was good music. The lady writes her own music. She jams away, and you could tell she's really into it. And everyone was hanging out and enjoying it. Now my girlfriend was totally into this lady. I forgot her name, but she's pretty famous. And it was worth standing there and listening to him too. I used to keep like all like the playbills I got or the handouts of this date, so and so's there, and then I could rummage through them. But I misplaced them, and I don't know where they went. And now I didn't keep too good notes, and I can't tell you who this lady is. It's Warwick, New York. She's a violin instructor. She has students. I don't know if she's still there. I haven't been to Applefest in a long time. Look at those people. Wow. And look at those people. That's how crowded the street was. They had buses, school buses. You could park like a mile away somewhere, and then they'd shuttle you over to where the main festival was, which is interesting. I walked around, and they had a lot of food vendors there and fun things for kids to do, like bouncy houses and stuff, and face painting, and people would walk around and hang out. So I wanted to buy some apples, and no one was selling apples. It was an apple fest, but there was no apples. And then they had fireworks in the evening, but I wasn't there when they shoot the fireworks off. Here we are in the city, I think the Brooklyn side, and these people were part of a tour group or something. And here we are closer to DUMBO, and look, it's a tourist trap. It used to be an industrial area, and on weekends it would be desolate. But no, they turn it into this gentrified yuppie place. And people go there and hang out. Look, there's the Brooklyn Bridge, and there's always people hanging out there. You know, have a picnic or just, spend a pleasant afternoon. And of course, here's the Ferris, the merry-go-round. It's in a glass case, so I guess it's climate controlled. You can go there if it's hot or cold. Snippers Quality Kitchen. We went in with my girlfriend to get a hamburger, and then we sit down, and 5 minutes later she says, let's get out of here. So I said, okay, so we had to get out. Ruby Tuesday, are they still in business? I don't know. Anchorman 2, wow. It was some famous movie or something? I don't know. Don't ask me, I didn't watch it. Oh, look at all those people milling around. You see that rickshaw? That's an atomic rickshaw. And you could rent it and go up and down the avenues like it's a tourist thing. This is more towards winter in the city, and there's mounds of people out and about. I used by St. Patrick's Cathedral. This is a famous building. It has all these statues. There's only some of them. I think there's 9 of them altogether. That's the giant Atlas. That's close to Rockefeller Center, which is also by St. Patrick's. And you can see his Christmas decorations, and everyone was out and about. And it was a warm Christmas day that day. And here we are back in the Hawthorne Car Show. People milling about. I have a tie-dye t-shirt. So look at the people. They go down for miles. Well, it's the length of the Hawthorne train station parking lot. People bring their dogs there, everyone chills around. Here we are back in the city again. This is the last time I've been to the city. This is a famous statue. It used to be the garment district, but it's not the garment district anymore. So the neighborhoods change. This one place was selling costumes or something. I don't know. Yeah, I wish I had a girlfriend who could wear something like that. Wow. I wish I had a girlfriend who would wear stuff like that too. But, I have FDS. So that's fashion deficit syndrome. This is up in on the Hudson. NEWBURGH. It was NEWBURGH. And they have a statue to Columbus there. You see that bird was posing on his index finger. And you could take boat cruises on the River Rose. It's a party boat. And they had a mural painted on this wall, so it looked like there was you could walk through it, but it was just a mural done really well. The River Rose. It looked pretty crowded too. There's some, I guess it was Sunday, some guy took his grandkid out to look at the birds or something. There's a lot of yachts, people who have like pleasure boats are out and about. This seagulls, they photobombed this picture with the sailboat. Here's another photobomb. Look at that. Well, it looks like he's going to pick the boat up and fly away with it. So this guy in a jet ski, he photobombed the birds sitting on the railing. Yeah, here's another mural on the building. Newburgh's sort of like a historic town. And here's that historic statue. It looks like some sort of Civil War sort of a feller. And look at those people standing there. And this is the view off the boat, those people milling around. I'm not sure what sort of a bird that is. That looks like some sort of raptor to me. That doesn't look like a buzzard. It could be, but his beak doesn't speak to me. Yeah, and all these people are milling around by the gazebo. I don't know what town that was. Look at these people were jumping off the cliff. Or I think he was spray painting something. Yeah, it's graffiti. He was spray painting graffiti there. This is the front of the boat. Yeah, I guess that's observation deck on the front. This is some people on the shore. I was using a telephoto shot to get this. A place to hang out, get a bite to eat, watch the boats go by. And here's some more renfest. This is the medieval festival at the cloisters. These guys are really into it. They had all this hardware, all the suits and everything. I guess it's historically accurate, and they're totally into it. And they play by the rules. This is looking down, where the vendors were. And there was a lot of those people there. Wow. I think it was free. You can make a donation, but it was free. And of course they expect you're going to buy something with those vendors. Here's the spectator stands where they're going to have the jousting and the knights going at each other. Here's some real knights, right? The blue knights. And they're mounted horses. There's a fellow photographer taking pictures of things, probably the cops. Cops are just interesting, especially when they're mounted police. Look there's the Black Knight. Whoa. And they had like referees, and they had to do the rules of engagement. And they always looked like they're wailing away on each other. And when they whack each other, it's like when we hit like a 55-gallon drum with like a 2x4 or something. It goes clunk. You can look at their helmets. Some of their helmets look like they took a pretty bad whacks on the head. So look at those people in the background. Everyone was totally into it, like checking it out and everything. Yeah, they had like, and they had marked out. I guess maybe they played hopscotch. Do knights play hopscotch? Look at all the people in the background checking it out. There's a lot of people there. Wow. We spent like 4 hours there. I guess when we got tired, we left. But all that, the accoutrements of knighthood, it all looked like it's authentic.